Alright, the next story quest is Groping in the Dark, given to us by Estinian. A play on grasping in the dark, I guess? Yeah. Level 90, we are in the seat of the foremost in the fell court of Troya. Let's go. Cutscene immediately. Mercy, you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Voidsent here. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. My options are they seemed to stay dead at the time, yes, or I was in a bit of a rush and didn't have time to wait around and see. I was in a bit of a rush and didn't have time to wait around and see. With a shrug of my shoulders. From what I know of your foray, I can hardly blame you. Perhaps they returned after you left, but if they didn't, there must be a reason why. I ponder. There are circumstances in which we're unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct Voidsent once more. And before you yourself return, your soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey. A fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you were. Yet, despite his greater strength, Scarmiglione managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? Says Y'shtola. What you saw should speak for itself. I combine the ether, the soul, and crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I am told that heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Auracite. Are they and Memoria one and the same? Auracite, I do not know this word, but the world is vast, and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere, but it does sound quite similar. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I've never thought about that. I do know, though, that Voidsent can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. Kinda zooms in on Y'shtola's face, possibly not believing her, but she just responds with, I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let us entrust the task to Mercy. Her echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, she should be able to maintain her composure better than a concerned sibling. They all looked to Varshan, who was kind of like chomping at the bit. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead? On the terraces to begin with, perhaps? I lost his accent, I'm sorry. Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. I'll do all your legwork. No worries. Just kidding, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, don't worry about it, it's fine. Dimension, it's fine because it's fine. It's fine. If you hear a dog kind of a little bit in distress with some dog whines, we have Thunder. And she's not a fan. As a lot of, I wouldn't say most, but a lot of the dogs I've lived with in my years, not huge fans of Thunder. Some care less than others, but we're back in like the kind of gardened area. Fearful Voidsent, kind of one of those like dark paladin angel things. So the clever one hadn't been eaten? So the clever one hadn't been eaten. If no one wants it, then perhaps... I speak to him. Yet. Golbez! Of course I know of him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. It seems the archfiends keep only those who are fit for battle. Others must escape or be consumed. Okay. We have one of the spider ladies. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. I speak to it. It turns to me. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. It seems the archfiends have been attacking other domains. Their fearsome reputation precedes them. And lastly, we have one of the floating scythe-armed bug things with long hair and a weird freaking mouth face mask thing. Ah, the tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I speak to it. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions, and no one ever sees him. With his armies of minions, Golbez would seldom have need to act personally. It will not be easy to reach him. I could have told you that from my... Well, I don't know what my character is privy to and what I'm privy to at this point, but I think those extra cutscenes are not memories that I'm gaining. They're just things that the player now knows. It's okay, Pooper. Okay. You're a cutie still. Not that that will help you against the thunder. Thunder's gonna get ya. Right, back to the group. Speak with Farshawn to continue, get a cutscene. Welcome back, Mercy. Were you able to learn aught of value? I speak on what I've learned. Cutscene pans up. Black screen. Back to present. So countless Voidsent answered to the archfiends, who in turn answered to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmiglione's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Sorry. Zero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister, Ajdaya. If there is even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already? If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? It's almost like she's asking. But my options are, if you accompany us, we can offer you protection. No, she's fine. Surely you must desire something. Name it. That's better. Surely you must desire something. Name it. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matters in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need but be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. She nods. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place that archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. You okay? Just don't pull my... Yeah, okay, yeah, don't pull my... What are you doing? I wrapped up my cord a little bit, you weirdo. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle. I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won over with ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mount at once. And we're off. But behind us, one of the floating eyes with like some spikes coming out of its back. And some like spiky teeth as well. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this, says the snooping Voidsent, and it floats off. Right, we go back outside to the gardened area. The garden-lined pathway ahead. Pathways, even, maybe, I don't know. What the heck is my free company talking about? Fully automatic rifles the other night, extremely high-powered rifles tonight. What are you guys talking about? I scrolled up and I have no idea what this dude's talking about. Anyway, we go along some pathways till we find a circular platform where Zero has led us to the edge. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Sure. Leave Troya Keep. I've wanted to do that for a while now. Cutscene, sorry.
There it is.
There it is. A wyvern. She releases a small ball of ether and this... Ooh, big wyvern. Almost like a bone dragon in some ways. No eyes, somewhat dragon-like face, big leathery wings.
It agrees to serve. Get on.
Muscle, bone, and sinew. We are trusting Zero, so I nod. And we embark or board the big... That's a cool design. It's almost like you can see a couple of the ribcage bones on either side, kind of like around the front of it, the chest of it. And we get a black screen. We come upon another isle, floating isle that we have not yet been to, I would suspect. We got some oozes. We got, what are they called? Mind flayers in this game? Some monks. They're called sea monks in Final Fantasy XI. I don't know what they're called in this game. Roaming sea monks and minotaur kind of creatures. Little gremlin-like guys. Chubby gremlin.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
A hound approaches, as do a few other kind of monsters. What's that?
Mortals! They're mortals!
Mortals, they're mortals.
What's enticing ether?
What's enticing ether?
Let me have some, let me have some!
Let me have some, let me have some. These four beings converge on us a little bit, but not like super threatening. Zero clenches her fists, starts to roil with blue-black energy. And they stop. They're all hers?
Not fair.
It's not fair.
I don't want to be eaten.
I don't want to be eaten. There's a Hecteyes, an Ooze, a Hound, and an Imp.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word.
It's okay, Poppers. I haven't even heard any thunder for 20 minutes. But
Follow me.
obviously her hearing is better, so. We have a courtyard, we have like castle wall, town walls. It looks like we're kind of walking in where there would be a gate in the past, but now it's burst open. But there's also a door in the side of this stone wall here. I found an item on a Taco Bell that I was not familiar with. It was like a new to me at least, and only $2. And I tried it, and it was fine, but I don't know why I just talked about that. But whatever. We have Zero, who we will talk to finish this quest. Hold on. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, if tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. Take a step back from that, okay? It is a Voidsent's nature to consume, their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Groping in the dark is complete. And this video is complete. I will for sure make another one soon. I'll see you soon.